Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Shailabhijanambura Shishyanam Sri Krishna Tatatmajam Shri Shailanve Devanath Sudhya Praptagamantaddvayam Padabche Narasimha Tate Guroho Nyastatma Rakshabharam Vidvadvrinda Chakora Chandiramaham Ramanujaryam Shraye Sriranga Sudha Madhusamaswadayantam Sriranga Mahishi Padapankajatmajam Sulabhashrayam Sadamoda Siddhamadbhutam Bhajeham Gurum Tam Ranganatha Priyam Sukhasanastham Hridayabjapithe Chinmudraya Lankrita Pani Padmam Shubhopavitam Vimalodhapundram Namami Rangam Gurum Antarange Narayana Namami Yoga Samrajñi Vijayam Vijayapradam Srirangardhasanasīnām Karunām Mama Mātaram Guru Rupa Paranjyoti Jyoti Rupa Guru Paraha Ajnana Mandiram Hyetate Guru Vijnana Mandiram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhaite Girim Yatkrupa Tamaham Mande Paramananda Madhavam Yontah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakhila Shaktidhara Swadhamna Anyam Sahasracharana Shravanatvagadine Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Detyashita Santrasa Dhvanta Vidvamsanodhaya Prabhavan Sitaya Devya Paramo Yoma Bhaskaraha Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Chayachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyaha Dadamyetat Pratam Mama Manojavam Marutatullya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukhyam Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami Vedavedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Prache Tasadasite Sakshat Ramayanatmana. With salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus, will commence our session today. So in the last session, we were looking at how the various devatas, yakshas, gandharas, kinnaras, and even nagas and rakshasas, they were applauding the beautiful, majestic form of Lord Hanuman. The devatas, they showered different types of flowers on Lord Hanuman. And one of the aspects of our dharmam, Sanatana dharmam, is if there is a real dharma karyam happening and if there is a true blessing of all the devatas, at that time there will be a mild shower that will come. It is not drizzling, it is not raining, it is mild showers. They will come along with a very mild wind also. And that actually indicates that there is something which is a Devi thing that is happening. And that is the equivalent of the devatas showering flowers. So although it may look like symbolic, or it may be visible to those who are tapasvis, but even the physical manifestation, the word Parjanya comes in the Vedas. Those who do Veda Parayanam will know this. When devatas are happy, the outcome is good rains, they say. But the start of the rain, where it is a very mild kind of drizzle along with a mild vayu, right? That indicates that the devatas are really happy at that particular geographic location. And perhaps that's what happened to Hanuman. physically, but of course, even the Pushpa Vrishti would have happened. Plavamanantu tam drishtva plavagam tvaritam tada vavrushuhu pushpavarshani deva gandharva charanaha. And then we saw tatapanahitam suryaha plavantam vanareshwaram sishevecha tada vayu ramakaryartha siddhaye. Even the sun and the wind god, the sun did not extend his grandeur in terms of the heat that he generates. Tatapanahi, tapam kudukavillai. And then Marut also did Sisheve, Nalla Sevai Pannar, Hanuman, our Appave, Pilliki Seva Pannar. The Marut அப்படிங்கிற சப்தம், there was a question, I'm not sure if Srini is here. I don't see him here. Meera Srini. So he had asked a question, Marut Ganaha அப்படின்றோம், அதுக்கும் Marut Bhagavanukkum difference இருக்கா அப்படின்னாக்கா, there is a difference. Vayu Bhagavan is the son of Aditi, who is the Deva Mata. So Puranangal, Dushyan, Sridhar, நிறைய கேட்டாளுக்கு தெரியும். Diti, Aditi are the two wives of Kashyapa Maharshi. Diti பிறந்தவா எல்லாரும் தைத்தியர்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Those who are born to Diti are called Daityas. And in general, they have a Asuri Gunam, Asura Gunam, which is not Suram, is Asuram. That is, they have Kama, Krodhadi, Arishad Vargas, the 6 enemies in abundance. Those are their Atma Gunas. Okay, they are called as Daityas. Whereas Aditi's Putras are all Devatas. There is a hidden lot of hidden meaning there if you were to go through the Puranas, and how and when Kashyapa actually had the sankalpam of giving birth to progeny. At the same time, when Diti had a sankalpam to have progeny, and at what time in the day did she perform the act that is required for creating the progeny. So all of that matters. And Diti's children were the greats like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, right? And all others. Whereas Aditi's children are all the Devatas, including Surya, Vayu, Varuna, Agni, etc. So the Vayu Bhagavan, who is born, also is known as Marut. He is the son of Aditi, right? At the same time, Diti also gave birth to Marut Ganas. Okay? The Aadhaar card problem, I know. The same name coming in 2 different places. The Marut Ganas, Ganam Sonale, there are many children who are known as Maruts, were born to Diti. And Kashyapa and Diti, Diti did a sankalpam that I should have children who will eventually be able to kill Indra. Okay, அப்படின்னு தபஸ் பண்ணி apparently she was pregnant for hundreds of years. Then an Ashwamedha yaga was done. At the end of the yagam, இவாளெல்லாம் பறக்கச்சே இந்த இந்திரன் வந்துட்டு he will enter the womb of Diti and he will try to kill those children. அதுலேருந்து பிறந்தது தான் மருத் கணங்கள். அங்கே வந்து when he enters the womb and tries to kill the children, they start crying. அப்போ he says, Ma Ruth, don't cry. அப்படின்னு சொல்லத்தினால அவெல்லாம் மருத் கணம். That is how the Marut Ganas were born. So அந்த மருத் கணங்கள் சொல்றது, they are all Diti's children. But because they had a sambandham with Indra at the time of birth or just before birth, they became friendly with him. So the Marut Ganas are the only exception, being born to Diti as Daityas, but they still have a friendly relation with Devas. Okay, and the main Pradhana Vayu Bhagavan is born to Aditi. இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் தாத்விகமான அர்த்தம் இருக்கு. And the Vayu, Marut is nothing but Vayu. There are different types of Vayu that flow within our body. Some are good-natured, some are very good-natured, some are very powerful in both positive and negative directions. So the Marut Ganas are very powerful because Diti had a sankalpam that they should be so powerful they can beat Indra, who is the controller of our mind and the Indriyas, right? So if they are powerful in the negative direction, they will take us away from Dharma. That's why it is important to resort to the main Vayu Bhagavan and proceed in a different direction. Anyway, sorry for the detour there. Even the Vayu Bhagavan, it's not the Marut Ganam here when they say the Lord Marut performed Sevai to Anjaneya, Sisheve. It means that both of them, the Vayu Bhagavan and Surya, they are in favor of Hanuman for the simple reason Rama Karyartha Siddhaye. Hanuman is going in order to achieve the goal. Ramanudi Karyam Adunadi Siddhi. Then we saw also the Rishayaha, the great rishis, and then Deva Gandharvas, they started to sing. That is where I think we were in Tasmin Plavaga Shardule Plavamani Hanumati Ikshwaku Kulamanarti Chintayamata Sagara. So we looked at how the ocean also thought that I should also perform some sevai to Hanuman. Ilya, the Paramananda is Shishilo Katha. Telusu kada andariki. What happens there? The great six Sishyas of Paramananda Guru, they try to do seva to their Guru. And you should be very careful when you perform seva. What type of seva are you really doing? So let us see what the Sagara, he decides to also perform sevai. Sahayam vanarendrasya yadinaham hanumataha karishyami bhavishyami sarvavachyo vivakshatam. Shloka number 88. So he is Sagara. He is contemplating some act of service. I have to do help. Sahayam vanarendrasya. So I am seeing the Indra among all vanaras. Yedi naham hanumataha. If I don't do any kind of help to this great vanara Indra, then bhavishyami sarvavachyaha vivakshatam. What will happen is I will become somebody who will be chided or scolded or spoken of in many different words. Sarvavachyaha means sollapradalna solliduva abdin artham. Yeah, all the words that should not be in dictionary. Ella undrum. Abdine Sagara is thinking that he will not be in the good books of Vivakshatana, wise men artham. And Vachanam nirka Vakshanam. So wise men also speak wisely. They are not only full of wisdom, but the wisdom comes out also in the form of speech. And even the wise men and their speech will not be favorable to me because Sarva Vachya, they will also use different types of words against me if I do not perform any kind of help to Vanarendra, who is now crossing the ocean. Or crossing me actually, Sagara. Yeah. Ahamikshwakunathena sagarena vivardhitaha ikshwaku sachivaschayam navasiditum. He is now reminding himself of his own origins, right? Aham ikshwakunathena sagarena vivardhitaha. So there was a great king in the Ikshwaku Vamsham. Ikshwakungaradu ஒரு வம்சம். இக்ஷ்வாக்குன்னு ஒருத்தர் இருந்தார். மனுஹு இக்ஷ்வாக்கவே அப்ரவீத் அப்படின்னு பகவத்கீதையில் வரும் இல்லையா? மனு வந்து இக்ஷ்வாக்கு இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணார். அதுக்கப்புறம் எல்லாரும் மறந்து போயிட்டான். கீழே வந்தோம் எல்லாரும். ஐ எம் டெல்லிங் பகவத்கீதான்னு சொல்றாருங்க. அந்த இக்ஷ்வாக்கு வம்சத்துல பிறந்த ஒரு ராஜா சகரஹா. அந்த சகரனுடைய சரித்திரம் நான் இப்ப சொல்ல போறது இல்லை, ரொம்ப delayed item. You can go through it in various other Upanyasams. Okay. And the Sagara Maharaja, he actually is the one who helped me to Vivardhanam, to expand myself he made me expansive. Yeah, how did that happen? அப்படிங்கிறது அந்த சகரனுடைய சரித்திரத்தில் நம்மளுக்கு தெரிய வரும். So the fact that all the great rivers started to flow from the Himalayas, including the great Bhagirathi, Ganga, etc. நிறைய inflows இருந்ததானா சாகரம் will also grow in size. And therefore, Sagara is having சகர மகாராஜானால உண்டாத்தினால அவனுக்கு சாகரன்னு பேர். சரியா? மருத்துக்கு பிறந்தவர் மாருதிங்கிற மாதிரி சகரன் மகாராஜானால பெருசானதுனால சாகரஹா. And the fact that I am in this form, expansive form, because of Sagara, who is an Ikshvaku Kula, and Lord Rama also belongs to Ikshvaku Kula. Yeah, Ikshvaku Kula Tilaka, Raghu Kula Tilaka, idallam Ramarudi adjectives. He is the one who shines brightly in that great Vamsham of Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku Sachivaschayam. Now, who is this person who is flying above? He is the great secretary or minister of the Ikshvaku, that is Rama. Ramanude Sachivan Nartham. Okay. And Navasiditum Arhati. Avasiditum na Arhati. This Hanuman definitely doesn't deserve to perish. Avasidanam. And what Sagara is thinking is, okay, this mighty Hanuman is crossing my ocean. He definitely needs help from my end. And I cannot keep quiet for two reasons. One is Ikshvaku Kula Tilakam Sagara Maharaja. Ikshvaku Kula Vamshathla irundha Nathan Sagara Maharajanala naam persane. Ade Ikshvaku Kulathla pirandha Ramanuடைய Sachivan is flying above. Tatha maya vidhatavyam Vishrameta yatha kapihi sesham cha mai vishrantaha sukhenati patishyati. So what is the best form of service that I can do as Sagara? So the great form of help that most of us can perform to somebody else. What is the first thing that comes to our mind? Let me delegate it to somebody. Na arama irukano. If I have to do help to somebody, I will do, but I'll direct somebody else so that let them take care of it. So that I can peacefully sit and see, I have done this help. So what did he do? He thought that I should somehow make Lord Hanuman to rest in me, because he must be so tired that if he gets a little bit of rest on his way, I know that he is going for Ramakaryaartham, but may he get a little bit of rest. Tatha maya vidhatavyam vishrametha yatha kapihi. I have to provision vidhatavyam na, I should make some kind of an arrangement, right? A provision, so that yatha kapihi vishrametha, in such a manner that this monkey can take a little bit of rest. And then mai vishrantaha sesham sukhena atipatishyati. Having rested in me for a little bit of time, he will then be in a position to continue further his journey. Sukhena atipatishyati means he will fly further away without much of a problem or difficulty. So that is what Sagara thinks. So, but this is a good attitude, that may I provide rest to Hanuman, but now starts the delegation. Iti kritva matim sadhvim samudraschannamambasi hiranyanabham mainakam uvacha girisattamam. So I have to delegate this aspect of providing some kind of help. I have decided what that help should be. It is that of providing Vishramam to Hanuman. Let me find the best person who resides in me. Sagara is full of all kinds of wealth. So may I look at the best person to support this particular activity. So enna pandar avar samudraha iti sadhvim matim kritva ambasi channam hiranyanabham girisattamam mainakam uvacha. So he found the best person to do this. So first of all, Sadhvim Matim Kritva abdin irukku. So the Sagara has decided with a Sadhuvana Mati. And that Sadhu Mati says, may I provide Vishranti to Hanuman. And Channam Hiranyanabham Girisattamam. So Channam na hidden abdin artham. Okay, somebody is hidden inside the oceans. And who is he? He is none other than Girisattamaha, the noble among all mountains. Girina mountain. Yeah. And he is a Hiranyanabha. He is golden hue in color. He has his origins in gold, abdin solra. And his name is Mainaka. So this is the very first major event that is going to happen on the flight path of Hanuman. So he found Mainaka Parvata, who is actually resting. He is completely hidden. We are going to see who this Mainaka is shortly now. Okay. So, and then he figured out Mainaka is the Parvatam who can provide that kind of a resting place for Hanuman. Iti kritva matim sadhvim. That's what we saw. Sorry. Tvamiha sura sanghanam patala talavasinam devarajna girisreshta parighas sanniveshitaha. He is now, Sagara is now reminding Mainaka who he is. Whenever we try to do a prachodhanam, whenever we try to motivate others, the easiest thing that we should do is to remind them of who they are. What is their origin? He will start working. So in some sort of a negative dimension, that is what triggers many people. Trigger and so on. Yeah. So Sagara himself got triggered. He thought, oh, there is Ikshvakukula, Natha, Sagaraha, and so on and so forth. Likewise, let me remind Mainaka as to what is his origin. So Mainaka's origin is mentioned in this slokam. O Girisreshtha, the great among mountains, Tvam iha patala talavasinam asura sanghanam parigha. You are hidden inside the ocean. And what is your main purpose? Why are you hidden there? Abdinna, patala talavasinam. Those who are residing in the patala lokam. Who are they? These are great people known as asuras. Yeah. Asura sanghanam, the great hordes of demons. And what is your purpose? You are a parigha. Parigha means some kind of an obstruction. You are a barrier. Abdin sollam. Barrier for what? Abdinna devarajna sanniveshitaha. See, there is always Indra. What is his main job? His main job is that I have all my Kata certificate and other things. I have my land registry, everything in my name, in the form of Swarga. I should not allow anybody else here, especially Asuras and Danavas. They should not get entry here. So I had to create barriers. And one of the barriers is inside the ocean, right? He looks at plugging the holes. So on the Patala Lokatike, what is the barrier? The barrier is Mainakaha. So interestingly, the word Nakaha is there in Mainakaha. Nakaha means Swargam. Okay. He is kind of a barrier to Swargam or Perlier. So what does that mean? And he is also Hiranyam in color. So the fact is that Sagaram, it represents our mind. Our mind is full of thoughts. And the thoughts are as enormous as the ocean itself, isn't it? And the thoughts can go in any direction. And for most of us, we are in the world of Prakriti, right? So the Arishad Vargas are very close to us in the form of Asuras. And it is important that we should not approach the heavenly worlds with a negative mindset. Yeah, anybody can have entry into heaven. If you get into a heaven, you should get with a heavenly mind. So therefore, you should never enter a place where you actually enjoy divine pleasures with a negative mindset. So that should be plugged. And Mainaka is one kind of a parvatam. And it is a kind of a siddhi that we should all acquire, which will actually plug the entry for Danavas into the loka of Indra. So that's the hidden meaning here. Devarajna Girishreshtha Parighas Sanniveshitaha. This Mainaka Parvata is indeed established by none other than Indra himself. அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? அவரோட ஈகோ பூஸ்ட் ஆகும். மைனாக பர்வதம், he will think, aha, somebody, Sagara himself, I am inside him and he is praising me. So therefore he will get ready. அப்படி கை கால்லாம் அப்படி அகத்திட்டு என்ன கூப்பிடுறார், என்ன சொல்றாருன்னு பார்ப்போம். त्वमेषां जातवीर्याणां पुनरेवोत्पतिष्यतां पातालस्याप्रमेयस्य द्वारमावृत्य तिष्ठसि. Jataviryanam yesham, that is, these people are Jataviryaha. Viryam nariye irukku. Yarukku? Asurargalukku. And Punareva Utpatisyatam, they are prone to come up. Right? If you have seen the power of, let's say, the methane gases. So they are hidden inside the permafrost. Okay. If you go to the poles, under the ice, there is a hidden gas, methane gas. And if you were to look at this gas, it tries to come out. Okay, it is waiting to come out. So I hope you would have seen some chemistry experiments or documentaries where you will see that if you dig the top layer of the ice, the gas is ready to bubble out. Like that, these asuras are always ready to come out. Okay, that is the meaning of Utpatishyatam. They are ready to always come out or come up in this case. Tvam aprameyasya patalasya dwaram avartya tishtasi. You are such a great person, he is telling him again. In the aprameyamana patalata, aprameyana, that is that which is immeasurable, is aprameyam. Yasya pramanasti tat aprameyam. That which cannot be measured is aprameyam. And the patalam is also aprameyam. Remember, both heaven and patalam are immeasurable. So that's why we should carefully decide where we should reside. Patalasya dwaram avritya tishtasi. You cover the entire patalam and you are standing there. Okay, that is a beautiful description. இது எப்படின்னா முகஸ்துதி ஸ்தோத்திரம் பண்ணிட்டான்னா, சார் உங்களை மாதிரி கிடையாது சார் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா போறோம், நீ பைசா கூட கொடுக்க வேண்டாம், கைத்து போட்டு கொடுத்துருவோம், அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்துவோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாருங்க. அடுத்தது திரியகூர்துமதச்சைவ சக்திஸ்தே சைலவர்திதும் தஸ்மாத் சஞ்சோதயாமி த்வாம் உத்திஷ்டநக சத்தம. Tiryagurdham adascheva shaktiste shailavardhitum. So he is further now describing Mainaka's physical prowess. So far he has given the arudham, or the main purpose for which he was established. Now he is talking about his features, great powers. Ennade Tiryaku urdhvam adascheva shaktisthe shailavardhitum. Oh Shaila, meaning your Shilam abdina rock, you are essentially a rocky mountain. But remember, you have the immense ability to grow Tiryak, horizontally, urdhvam, and adham. You can go upwards, sideways, or downwards. You can expand yourself in any direction. That is your Shakti. That is the core Shakti of Mainaka. Okay. Tasmat sanchodayami tvam uttishta nagasattama. Therefore, that's the main reason why I am going to do a prachodhanam. Nama erkanave sollirukkom illaya, uttara prachodhanam panna Sagaran is doing that activity only here. Okay. I am going to essentially ensure that you are the person up to the mark to provide this kind of Vishranti for Hanuman. See, Hanuman is flying up somewhere. I am Sagara here. How can I provide Vishranti unless I grow myself? But that's impossible, isn't it? We have seen earlier, though, that the waves rise so high, but it's not going to provide Vishranti. Something should be solid. But Mainaka has the ability to grow in size. That's the important connection here. And Tasmat Sanchodyamitvam Uttishta Nagasattama. Nagasattama, again, Naga and Giri are synonyms, is mountain. Naganna, mountain kuda artham. Okay. Sattama, the great Uttama among all the Giris, is yourself. Uttishta Giri Sattama. So the fact that Mainaka Parvatam, if you were to look at it, it is from a Tattvic perspective, it is the mind which is determined and focused, which is achalam. That is the very nature of our mind is chala buddhi. It keeps wandering here and there. But when the mind gets achalam with the help of buddhi, what happens is that as and when the asuras grow, it will also have the ability to grow the positive aspect of dhriti. So that no matter how many Arishad Vargas come, I will be determined. I will grow horizontally, vertically upwards, vertically downwards. I will have the ability to fight these asuras. So that is the power of Mainaka. Sayesha Kapishadulaha Twamupayashyati Viryavan Hanuman Ramakaryartham Bhima Karma Khamaplutaha. So Mainaka is wondering, why is he praising? I was happily sleeping below the oceans. Sagara has woken me up and he is praising now. Why is he doing that? The meaning, I mean, the purpose is mentioned by Sagara now. Sa esha kapishardulaha tvam upaishyati viryavan. This Viryavan and Kapishardula called Hanuman, who is flying above, he will rest on you, upaishyati. And what is Hanuman doing? Why should Hanuman sit on me? Abdin question. Yaro pora avalkaga enna raise pannitanga ukar sollare abdina. Rama karyartham Hanuman Bhima karma kham aplutaha. So this Hanuman, nariya adjectives kuduthirukar. Viryavan, Kapishardulaha, and Bhima karma. He is doing a great activity. Bhiman abdinnaka, something which amazes us is Bhimam. Bhayankaramana or karyam pandar. Enna pandar? Rama karyartham kham aplutaha. Ramanukkaga kham abdina akasham. Aplutaha. He is flying over the skies with the goal of achieving Sita Mata. So therefore, you are going to be the person who he will rest on. Asya sahyam maya karyam ikshvaku hitavartinaha mamahi ikshvakavah pujyaha param pujyatamastava. Asya sahyam, abdina sahayam, maya karyam ikshvaku hitavartinaha. It is my bounden duty to help anybody who is either born in the Ikshvaku Kulam or who are helping Ikshvaku Kulam. Hanuman here is a minister who is helping Ikshvaku Kulam.
Kulavartinaha nirka eppadi irukku unga bookla?
Ikshvaku hitavartinaha அப்படினு இருக்கு.
Kulavartinaha irukku. மாத்தி கரெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டுமா?
பண்ணிக்கோங்க. இக்ஷ்வாகு ஹிதவர்த்தினஹ. குலவர்த்தினாங்கிறது இன்னொரு பாட்டமா இருக்கிறதுக்கு சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. ஆனா ஹிதவர்த்தினஹான்னு இருக்கு இந்த ஒரிஜினல் புக்ல, பெரியவா புக்ல.
ஒரு புக்லயும் குலவர்த்தினஹான்னு தான் இருக்கு.
இக்ஷ்வாகு ஹிதவர்த்தினஹ. Meaning, the first thing is இக்ஷ்வாக்கு குலவர்த்தினஹா, இக்ஷ்வாக்கு குலத்தை சப்போர்ட் பண்றவர்னு அர்த்தம். ஆனா இக்ஷ்வாக்குக்கு ஹிதத்தை உண்டு பண்ணக்கூடியவர். There is some kind of a danger to Ikshvaku kulam because Sita Mata is somewhere else. He's going to talk about that in the next slokas. அவளுக்கு ஹிதத்தை பண்ணக்கூடிய something good is being done by Hanuman. So the fact that when you are trying to help somebody else, Sagara has to motivate Mainaka to grow. It's not easy to grow suddenly, isn't it? And there should be a motivation. The motivation is, I am somebody who has been helped by Ikshvaku, but flying above is somebody who is actually currently now helping the Ikshvaku kulam. So that provides an immediate motivation. Okay. Not only that, mamahi Ikshvakavaha pujyaha. Those who are born in Ikshvaku kulam are my pujyas, meaning I have to worship them. And you are my subordinate. என் கீழே இருக்க நீ. உனக்கு யார் அவானா பரம் பூஜ்ய தமாஹா தவ. ஸோ எனக்கு அவா பூஜ்யானா உனக்கு இன்னும் ரொம்பவே பூஜிக்க வேண்டியவா அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. சரியா? So if there is a CEO, these are all the things you should learn how to motivate somebody below you. Okay. Somebody here is who I adore. Hanuman is somebody who is helping somebody who I adore. And Ikshvaku kulam is something which is completely respectful for me. Therefore, for you, it is even more respectful. Salary, bonus, everything will be cut. So therefore, you better also treat them as Parama Pujyaha. Kuru Sachivyam Asmakam Nanakaryamatikkramete Kartavyam Akritam Karyam Satam Manyumudirayete. This is an important Dharma Shlokam. This Shloka has one of the purposes of going through Sundara Kandam is that there are so many Vishayas pertaining to Dharma, Shruti, Smriti and everything. Anayasama undram idhula. Without even thinking about them in a theoretical perspective, they descend happily into Sundara Kandam. And it is left to us to pick those pearls of wisdom. So Sagartla ukande நம்ம சும்மா இருக்கக்கூடாது. We should go and figure out what those pearls of wisdom are. One such wisdom is in this particular slokam. What is he saying? Kuru Sachivyam Asmakam. Look, I am trying to be grateful. It is my duty to be respectful to Ikshvaku kulam because I have become expansive due to Sagara. But you, O Mainaka, Asmakam Sachivyam Kuru. You be my secretary. Okay, you be my minister. You be my counselor now. Okay. Don't. Yes, is there a question? Nanakaryam Atikramete. Please be my secretary. At the same time, Naha Karyam Na Atikramet. Nahana Engaluடைய my Karyam Na Atikramet. Don't say I will not do this. Adin solitaringa. Okay. So he is basically cornering Mainaka. There is no way. It is all monologue. Sagara is telling Mainaka, this is how all our bosses will be. Yeah. It's always one-way traffic. You will come to a conclusion automatically. There is nothing you have to think. You have to only do. So that is how the chain of motivation comes from a leader. That it gives you no room for thought. Or தூங்கிட்டு நீ யாருன்னு சொல்லி எழுப்பிட்டு உன்னோட சக்தி என்னன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீ இப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், எதுக்காக பண்ணோம், because of my motivation, but remember you are under my control. அப்படி இப்படிலாம் சொல்லி he is now saying குரு சாச்சிவியம் அஸ்மாக்கம் நனக்காரியம் அதிக்கிரமேதே. Why should you do what is enjoined on me to be done to them? அப்படின்னா கர்த்தவியம் அகிருத்தம் காரியம் சதாம் மன்யும் உதீரையே. This is the pearl of wisdom for us. If there is a karyam that has to necessarily be done, and if that work is not done, then what will happen? அப்படின்னா சதாம் மன்யும் உதீரையே. இப்போ புஷ்ன்னு சவுண்ட் கேட்டு அந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தருக்கு கோபம் வந்துடும். யாருக்குனாக்கா சதாம் மன்யும் உதீரையே, சத்புருஷாலுடைய கோபத்தை உண்டு பண்ணிடும். மன்யுகுன கோபம். So if we do not perform what activity needs to be performed, okay, it will definitely result in the Satpurushas becoming angry. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Satpurushas becoming angry, சாது மிரண்டால் dash. கரெக்டா இருக்கும் நம்ம. So that is the thing. If the Satpurushas are, they become angry, then it is the Rudra Tandavam, isn't it? And the Dharma Sukshma Mainakanak தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு. Mainakaha is Dharmatma. So therefore, you don't need to give 100 reasons for a Dharmatma. யார் Dharmatma இல்லையோ அவளுக்கு நெட்ஃபிளிக்ஸ்ல ஒரு சீரீஸ் போட்டு சொல்லணும், இதெல்லாம் ஆகும் 1 2 3 கடைசியில் புரியுமோ புரியாது அதுவும் தெரியாது. அப்படிதான் இருக்கும். But a Dharmatma will immediately understand that if I do not perform an activity which has to be performed, then it will create anger to the Satpurusha. Perhaps Sagara thought he is himself Satpurusha. I will be the first person who will be angry. And then comes the other Satpurushas. Perhaps he is secretly double meaningless ultar nanikananga. But it's important to know this particular act, important dharma suksham here. Saliladurdhamuttishta tishtatvesha kapistvayi asmakam atitischaiva pujyascha plavatam varaha. He is giving further explanation. Okay, one of the important things when we ask somebody to do something is, "Hey, idu pannalana enna agum theriyuma? If you don't do this, what will happen? You will go to narakam." Adina ayyo adine ellathum panna arambichona, right? We get worried about some things and then start an activity from bhayam. But that is known as the necessary condition. That is something which is giving a prachodanam for you to do an activity. But for the activity here, it's a dharmic activity. It should be done with an act of shilatvam. You should do it with peace in your mind. You should not do it out of fear. So what is the other motivation he can give that will make him happy and do it peacefully? Salilatu urdhvam uttishta tishtatvesha kapistvayi. O Mainaka, now emerge from the ocean. Salilatu urdhvam uttishta. Salilamna jalam. Urdhvam uttishta. So that kapihi tvai tishtati. This monkey may stand on you. Okay. That means it's not going to be a sthira sukham asanam. Hanuman is going to stand on Mainaka Parvatam. Asmakam atitischaiva pujyascha plavatam varaha. So this is the aspect which will make Mainaka perform his activity not out of fear, but out of affection. Why? Asmakam atitischaiva. Hanuman is our atiti. He is somebody who has come without an appointment on Outlook or Google Calendar, isn't it? Tithi illada vandirkar, Atithi. And we know that Atithi Devo Bhava. You are supposed to do a puja to Atithi. And he is a Plavatam Varaha. Who is he? He is not only an Atithi, but he is a great person among all the monkeys. Plavatam Varaha. Therefore, we better, Mainaka, you stand up and, perform the great Atityam for Hanuman. Adavade, this episode, it's going to continue. We'll probably do it in the next session. It talks greatly about Sagaram, right? And the fact that Kritagnatam is very important. We should not forget the fact that who all have helped you to come to a particular state. You should never forget them. Sagara is doing that. He is trying to remember Ikshwaku, Kula, Sagara, right? At the same time, if you have powerful people at your disposal, like Mainaka, then you should use them for dharmic purposes. So that's the main message from part 1 of this episode. Okay, so we'll look at part 2 in the next class. And today being Dhanvantri, Dhanatrayodashi, lot of different cultures you worship either Mahalakshmi or Dhanvantri. And incidentally, it comes one day before Naraka Chaturdashi, which is Deepavali. And incidentally, if you were to look at the aspect of crackers, it has its origins in Srimad Ramayana. Okay, it's the end in the Pattabhisheka Sargam. There is a reference to Pataka itself. So the people were rejoicing when Rama ascended to his Pattabhishekam, that everybody rejoiced by firing crackers. Abdine varudanga. Patakan Vijwalantaha abdin irukke. So the tradition started even back in the Treta Yugam. But the fact that Dhanvantri is worshipped before Deepavali has a significance. Naraka, we all know the great deeds that Naraka committed. He actually is a representation of darkness. For the darkness in our minds to be disappear, we need a lot of energy in our body. And that energy comes from keeping our body in a certain state of balance. It is also known as Dhatu Samyam. And that Dhatu Samyam can come only if you are to adopt Ayurveda. And Ayurvedathukku Pradhanamana Devata Yarana Dhanvantri. And he is somebody who can confer a healthy state of body and mind, which can then help us to celebrate Naraka Chaturdashi and eventually see the light in the form of Deepavali. So praying to the Lord Dhanvantri to keep us all healthy, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And wishing you all a very happy Deepavali festival that is coming. And so with this, we'll conclude our session today. Guru
Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhakta Samsara Chiradhava Mukta Guru Charanambuja Krishna Krishna Sendriya Manasa Niyamadevam Rakshasi Nijardayastam Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate
Kayena vacha manasa indriyeirva buddhya atmana va prakrite swabhavate karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai imam naranayeti samarpayami sarvam Shri Ram. Have a great day and a week ahead. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Happy Deepavali.
Namaskaram.
Happy Deepavali.
Namaskaram. Thank you.
Happy Diwali.